Oh, I just found out that Hans Rosling died last month. This was a great guy about, and all the pessimism in the world and the people that prey on this pessimism turn it into their driving philosophies. Uh, just want to help the bucket make it to hell. Um, because that's what their cynicism says. This guy points out a lot that how the statistics in the world getting better. Like the life expectancy in the rich countries 100 years ago, maybe 150, was now every country in the world has a life expectancy longer than that, right? Population growth is actually under control, and we know why. All the people that have gone out there, tried to do this stuff, Peace Corps, everybody that has done it, they found what works. You might think teaching contraception to tribal people in Africa would lower the birth rate in Africa. Maybe it would work, maybe it wouldn't because they wouldn't learn it. Well, it has an effect, but a bigger deal is just educating the women. You educate women and they don't want to have as many kids. You lower infant mortality, that's directly correlated to not having as many kids, and these things have happened. So the world, the solutions are out there. And we're really dealing with the psychological problem that people think, oh, the problem is immigrants. No, immigration is a good thing. People being able to move all over the world, that's a good thing. That's not the problem. And it's a psychological thing, people's fear of spiders, that's getting in the way of the fact that we actually know the solutions. And if you're curious what the solutions are in the humanitarian areas, he's not going to cover the fact that thorium is can save us from energy problems. He's not talking, as far as I ever saw, about you know how we can deal with the coming robotic economy. No, but in humanities, things like life expectancy, infant mortality, per capita wealth, per capita income, and he's a great, great speaker. I put a link that is just to a search, a Google search of YouTube. So this says Hans Rosling YouTube. That's it. Because I didn't want to choose what videos you ought to watch. His TED Talks are especially good, and they're full of facts and numbers. Plus, you really should go play with the website he and his son put up called Gapminder, where you can watch these plots over time yourself of things like you can plot the world's nations based on per capita income versus infant mortality. You could see how things change over time. Now things in fact are getting better. The problems that we have are humans causing them on purpose for their own narrow self-interest of their group, what they think is their self-interest. And the vast majority of people, what's in our self-interest, is a general raising of the tide where just the average, infant mortality in general as an average goes down. These people don't care about that. They're happy as long as they can have excess wealth that makes their own child mortality go down, which is stupid because it's a scientific, not a scientific principle, but it's just statistically obvious that you need to study the whole human animal in order to figure out medicine, right? So if rich people didn't want poor people to have doctors, but they want to have miracle cures, they're going to have to send their doctors out with the rest of the people because they need to do scientific research. That's the scientific connection. Anyway, rest in peace to this is one of the great men of the 20th century, of the 21st century, Hans Rosling. And so rest in peace. Yeah, it's really sad to hear that. Only 68 years old. Not that old these days, but he had health problems and a weak liver and stuff throughout his life. So, and also he was, an international worker, and maybe that's how he ended up with Hep C. But a lot of people live a long time with Hep C, but they don't. People I've known that had it, baby boomers, they don't live into their 90s though. So sad thing. On the other hand, great body of work, truly inspirational proof that we can make this world better. We already know how. We already know how to make the world better by the objective standards that we all agree. And people are just in denial about, yeah, but we shouldn't do those things because that's wrong somehow. Weird folk morality that is just unrealistic and not based in achieving goals that can be stated out loud. So click on the link and watch some of his videos, would you? I don't think you'll want to do them at high speed either. One of his things was how a group of monkeys answers questions better about world conditions than humans, than students at Oxford. It's pretty good. All right.